Are board games now just getting too big? And you're running out of room, and look, you needed some suggestions for some good small boxes to add to your collection. Perhaps it's Christmas time, perhaps it's stocking stuffers, or perhaps you just need something to chuck in your bag to go on a holiday. These are 7 of my favourite small box board games, so you can add them to your collection. Plus also, got a cheeky little giveaway. Stay to the end. Pret-a-Porter proved that the fashion industry is a legit theme in the board game world. This game is outstanding, but this is too big. We need a tiny box, and I have for you Couture. Couture is one of the 4 small box games just been released on Kickstarter, and they're bloody amazing. This was my pick of PAX Oz when I went to PAX. So Couture, let's go see what it is about the fashion industry that makes this game so intriguing. Couture is a hidden auction game for 3 to 6 players. On the table in front of you, you're going to have 3 rows of 3 cards each. You're going to have New York, Paris, and Tokyo, split up with your cards here. But these cards will also come in handy when you're doing your silent bidding. So you will have a bunch of action cards here, all with different bidding amounts. You're going to slip these cards in between, and that will be your bidding system. So any cards to the right of New York will be the cards that you're bidding for New York. Anything in the middle, you'll be bidding for Paris, and anything to the left, you'll be bidding for Tokyo. Have the highest bid, you get first choice in that runway. Now, what are you bidding for? You're bidding for a whole bunch of set collection items here. Look, a whole bunch of stuff there. It's great fun. Love me Couture. This was my pick of PAX Oz. I absolutely love this, and I made sure I picked it straight up once I played the demo. So, look, I'm excited for it, but what's going to be the next small box game we're going to look at? I could not have the best of small boxes without putting in one of my favorites, Canopy. You are in a rainforest and you're bringing in diversity through the different animals and different plant life. This game is dead set awesome. Canopy is a 2-player open drafting game with a great central drafting mechanic. On your table in front of you, you are going to have 3 piles of cards. You're going to have a look at the first pile and you go, yeah, nah, not for me. I'm going to put them back down. But then you will add another card on top of that. So it's basically growing the pile for the next person. But as you go along, you're going to eventually grab some cards, put them in your hand, and you'll be playing them into your tableau. Look, tableau is mostly set collection element, but there's a lot of other things going on in this game. You're trying to grow your rainforest, get the largest amount of rainforest. Look, the plants give you a whole bunch of different stuff, the wildlife. Look, there's a lot to love in Canopy. This has been hitting my rotation seriously in the last couple of months. Love me some Canopy. To fully understand if these count as small box games, we need to put them to the Chihuahua test, I reckon. Now, Parks is a small box, but not small enough for this video, so let's have a look at its little brother, Trails. Now, you're walking along this beautiful scenic trail from trailhead to trail end and back again, collecting acorns, rocks, and leaves. Sounds so scenic, but is this game actually any good? 7 worker placement spots as you walk along 1 to 2 spaces each turn along the trail, collecting those precious resources, and when you get to the trail end, you get to trade them in for badges. Then turn right back around, head back the other way, do the same thing, and get the badges on the other end. You're going to go back and forth until the sun has set. Now, watch out for the wild bear, because the wild bear will also give you extra stuff. It's amazing. Flipping over the tiles, they're going to get better as the game gets longer. Look, this game is good, but one thing to note, it plays too long. I always play 1 round shorter than what the game recommends, and I think that is really the sweet spot. So realistically, why am I playing this over playing Parks? Well, when I first got this, I had that exact same question. And then it sort of dawned on me, the more I kept playing, I took this out on my cruise and we played it multiple times on the cruise. There's something about this, and I think what it is it becomes more of a race. Every time you're going back and forth up those trails, it's a race to get to those badges. Each person is collecting those resources. You can see what they're going for, but you're trying to rush them there before they get there so you can get those precious points with those badges. I think it's that race element in this that adds just that little more nuance, and it's the reason why this is in this small box collection of games. Detailed paintings? Nah, they're so yesterday. What we love is good old-fashioned abstract paintings, and we have Abstract Academy. It's a 2 or 4 player pattern layer, but it's quite interesting for such a bland looking box. Abstract Academy is all about these cards here. 4 quadrants with 3 different colors. You're going to have yellow, blue, and maroon. You're going to be playing them out on the table in front of you, going back and forth, one card at a time, until we have a 4x4 grid. Now, when we get that 4x4 grid, we're going to be scoring the 8 cards that are on our side of the table, and the opponent will score the 8 cards on their side of the table. What are we scoring? Look, a whole bunch of goals here. So we're going to have some hidden goals. We're also going to have some open goals that everyone's going to know about and they're going to be fighting over. Look, these goal cards are amazing. And this Abstract Academy, I got this game for $7. It's the best bargain in my entire collection. Now let's get a bit cultural here and let's have a look at the Japanese game Ajisai. Ajisai in Japanese is a hydrangea flower, and that's what we're doing. We're looking at flowers here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, thank you, Ajisai. And that is the beautiful Ajisai playmat right there. Look how gorgeous that is. In Ajisai, it's a 2 to 3 play game where you're trying to convert the flower tokens into your flower color. Now, if you have the majority of the flower colors at the end of the game, you're going to win. Simple as that. But how do we convert these colors? Well, there's going to be 2 ways. You're going to be able to bookend it. Maybe put 1 flower token on one end, 1 on the other end. Everything in between will then convert to your color. Next one is this beautiful here. Nice illustration here, all written in Japanese. No idea what it says, but this is flower blooming. Basically, the flower token in front here, if you put it next to the one behind, that color will turn in. Look, terrible example. If you have an orange, you place it next to a red, the red will turn into orange, and you can see how the cycle works there. 2 ways to do it. Plus, there's extra little variants in there. There's the snail variant, which I always play with. There's the leaf variant. Actually, I always play with that too. Actually, I always play with the variants. Anyway, that's Ajisai. It's a brilliant game if you can get your hands on it. Absolute must have in your collection. Not every small box game needs to be a light game. What about a heavy game, but you just want a very small box? Well, I have for you Tokyo Tsukiji Market. Now, this is a heavy economic game that is going to blow your mind. You're going to love this if you're into economic games. You are running a Japanese fishing company. You're going to go get fishing licenses for different types of fish. Then you're going to go out into the ocean and actually go fishing in your trawlers, bring those fish back, and then you're going to sell them in the fish markets. It is an economic, open player driven auction system where you are driving the prices of this fish. You set the price you want. Look, will people go and pay for it? Maybe. Anyway, economic madness. It is a heavy, big game. There are so many different types of fish and you'll never play with all of them, so there is so much variety in this box. This thing is heavy. It's pretty much a brick. Economic brick. I love it. Tokyo Tsukiji Market. And lastly, let's have a look at this giveaway. Look, I always love supporting the Aussie designers, so I decided to check out Colour Crazy, an Australian design game where it's a frantic party action game all about colours. You've got colours on the cards, plus also the word colours, and you are trying to go as quickly as you can. Look, you're going to want to check this out. Plus also I'm giving away 1 copy of this to a lucky Australian subscriber. So let's go check out, how does this game play? In Colour Crazy, the idea is to get rid of your cards as quickly as possible. So you're going to have on the table in front of you 3, 4 or 5 piles there that you're going to be able to play on to be able to get rid of your cards. Super simple. You're going to have some cards in your hands plus a draw deck. Go through all of them, you're the winner. But here's the problem. As you're playing so frantically, so is everyone else, and you are trying to match. If there's a blue colour on there, then you need to find a card that says the word blue on there. That seems simple enough, but when you're trying to go fast, it's really not. So the other thing is, it also says the word orange on there. So I can play an orange card, which is amazing. That now says yellow, so I can play a yellow card, which now says blue. Oh, I've got purple. Anyway, you get the idea. It is frantic party action, and I love the fact that this hasn't been done before. This is colours, but colours done crazy. So these were my favourite small box games. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favourite small box that you have in your collection? Now, if you also like small box games, how about checking my best of trick taking board games video? It's a cracker. Anyway, I'm Hoges. This is the Bangers Project. Till next time, laters.